All right, so guess what your neighbors did? They listed their house for $3.3 million. They received 2 offers within the first 15 days. They sold it for $3,225,000, which is 98% of the asking price, and they closed in just 36 days. Now, everybody notices the sold sign, but almost no one notices the hundreds of hours of work that happened before. Most people think that they hire a real estate agent just to list their home. I see it a little bit differently though. I think homeowners hire a marketing company that just happens to have a real estate license. And today, instead of hearing that from me, I want you to hear it directly from the homeowners. So, Tom Barber, thank you for joining me. We're sellers of 202 South Atlantic Avenue. What an experience in a roller coaster. I want to get right into it and start from the beginning. When we first met, why did you guys decide to hire me?
Well, we met you because we were interested in a condo. Our house wasn't for sale. We were considering it. And to be very honest with you, really impressed me right there. I told Tom, let's meet with him. Let's see if he could sell our house.
And did you guys interview other agents?
One other one, and we told you we were going to interview several. Mm-hmm. And after interviewing one, I said, they're not even close to him, let's just hire him.
Okay, I like that. So what made you feel comfortable with letting me list a $3.3 million property?
So I just saw the passion that you presented when we were looking at the condo initially, and you well-knowledge, well-versed, answered all the questions. There was not a lot of fluff, just right to the point. This is what I can do for you. This is what I've done in the past.
And you don't like fluff. You were very
right to the
forward about that.
No bullshit. What can you do for me? Because we've dealt with multiple realtors in the space, and it's always the same tap dance. There's nothing different, unique. You presented some things that were unique that we hadn't seen in the space before.
Gotcha, I love it. So when we signed the listing agreement, so we've agreed we're going to work together, we signed the listing agreement, what did you expect was going to happen next?
You would work a little bit and then disappear, like most do, and have us try to get us to sign another 6-month agreement.
So you're thinking 6 months ahead. I mean, we're initially signing, you're thinking 6 months ahead.
Well, has been our experience.
Okay.
And so we already know we would never sign again with the same agent. Mm-hmm. We did that once, awful experience. So in 6 months, if you don't prove to us who you are, we move on. And you not only proved it, you hit it out of the park.
So was there anything that was a surprise to you after we signed the listing agreement that I did right off the bat?
You immersed yourself in the property pretty quickly. You asked a lot of questions. You were thorough in terms of getting as much information and as much knowledge as possible so that you wouldn't have to go back down the road and start asking and peppering us with questions. You made sure you knew what the details, what the benefits were of the property, and then you had some other ideas that we didn't expect that would facilitate, a better listing.
The videos, the pictures, everything was not only done promptly, but excellent. Like I think I told you, you made me fall in love with my property again. We were really considering not selling it because I started loving it so much.
We were getting nervous because I love that you re-loved the property, but I was like, our job is to sell. So
and that's where really I was like, wow, he's not like making anything up about my property. And it's things that I didn't see or look at, and we were like, maybe we should keep it.
Well, I believe that agents aren't hired just to put the property in and just put it in the MLS. That they're hired to create some demand for the property. And from your perspective, did it feel like you hired a realtor, or did it feel like you hired a marketing strategy?
I would say marketing strategy without a doubt.
I would say a blend of both, because at the end of the day, you are a realtor,
of
right?
Course.
But the unique spin you were able to put on the property, I think put us in a better light, a better position, quicker.
Much more the marketing
right.
felt
We've been down this road before. And
plenty of times.
Seen the dog.
Not with just this property.
Again, that's what I mean. Right. With not just this property.
Seeing the dog and pony shows, and it's like, what's going to be different? And my expectation wasn't, it was like, for me, it was like, we'll see. And we were able to execute.
Yeah. So I'd love to explain to everyone watching what we actually did. So this wasn't just one marketing piece. This was dozens of things. So we had professional photography, we had cinematic drone footage, we had beach footage, luxury property video, a 90-second social media reel, which Tom, I know that you loved and shared with everybody. We did a long form YouTube home tour, the video that ultimately brought in the buyers from the UK. We did an investment focused YouTube video discussing DSCR financing and cost segregation and bonus depreciation. We did an invite only brokers open where we invited only luxury agents from Winter Park to St. Augustine. We did luxury property folders, we did QR codes, we did illuminated signing. We were asking for constant feedback from everybody, the pricing strategy, the negotiation. The goal wasn't exposure, the goal was finding the right buyer. I'll never forget sitting down at Roman, texting you guys. You didn't ask a lot of questions. Hey, can we meet for dinner? And we sat down. What was going through your mind when we were sitting down for dinner?
Well, I definitely assumed he has to have an offer. Why else is he going to talk to us? But I thought it was going to be a way low ball offer. And I was already getting prepared to kind of tell you no and walk out. So it was when you told us the offer, I think both of us were shocked. I don't think we said yes faster for anything.
It was a great dinner.
Yeah.
It would have gone a lot worse.
Well, I was hoping your experience that you wouldn't bring us to a dinner that we wouldn't be happy with. So.
I would hope so, but sometimes you give that due to the social settings. So,
sure.
Yeah.
So the first stuff you go out,
That's true.
And knowing Barbara, I'm like, oh, maybe. So I want to talk about the part that nobody sees, which I think this is where the homeowners have the biggest misconception is finding the buyer actually isn't the finish line. This is kind of like just the halftime. There's negotiations and inspections and lender appraisal and communication and back and forth and problem solving and keeping the deal afloat. So was there anything different during post pending that was different than what you guys expected might happen?
Oh, we definitely felt it went so smooth. Obviously the property was listed 2 offers. The first offer, it didn't happen, but we really thought that's when you were going to take your foot off the pedal, and you absolutely did not. So then, because it went so smooth, and everything was right, there was no issues at all. We were like, okay, this is going to fall through.
Well, I think the biggest piece for me was the communication piece.
Yeah,
just because you had a piece of paper.
But not too much. It was never too much. It was what was important. And anytime we asked you a question, you answered it,
Or if you didn't have the answer, you found it out.
Yeah.
What surprised you most?
Probably for me was the creative financing, because I didn't have any experience in that space. It kind of opened my eyes, because I think with this particular property where it was short-term rental as well as potentially family type setting, it presented different challenges, and to get the right person and to be able to get them with the ability to buy was a pleasant surprise.
So creative financing, to be clear, we used a DSCR loan, so a short-term rental loan that's available that the property finances itself and the actual buyers don't have to finance it.
Yeah.
A lot of people think creative financing means like sellers, what do they call it?
Credit or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like seller's financing.
Sure.
With the lump sum.
Yeah.
This was different. You guys got paid everything in closing.
Yeah.
Closing went through, you guys got paid.
Yeah, I think that having that tool, I wasn't aware that tool was out there. And seeing that and your ability to work through that process, I think went a long way to getting it sold and completed.
Was there anything that I did that exceeded your expectations?
Exceeded our expectations? Everything.
Well, I would say everything, because as I said before, we used to the same old dog and pony show that doesn't go anywhere. And
I mean, 2 offers in the first 15 days, closed in 36 days, in a buyer's market where they're saying nothing's selling right now, and we go and sell for 98% of the list price.
No, that was
just sitting with you. It wasn't the interview. It was the interview. We told you we were interviewing you.
Yeah.
We told you we wanted to interview you, but we were going to interview other people. We've never had. You brought us a book. everything about our house, everything that's going on in our area. We did, like we told you, interview one other realtor that's popular around here. And not literally zero like you. Came in as shorts, kind of threw out a number to us, what we should list it for, what it'll sell. And what he said it would sell for was way under what you sold it for.
Actually sold it for. If one of your neighbors were looking to sell their home in today's market, what kind of advice would you give them?
To hire you. Seriously,
Yeah,
to hire you.
we've already given them
Yeah.
one referral, and there could be a couple more coming.
Yeah, we've never, we've sold several houses. I mean, nothing this big, but
And usually it's a 3 or 4 month process to get somebody up here. This got done quick, efficiently.
and I've never
Especially-
said this is my realtor forever.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like getting married, like it's like forever.
Sure. Well, I didn't give any of these questions to you guys prior, so I didn't know what you were going to, what you were going to answer. So you actually answered my follow-up, because my follow-up question was, what would you tell them to look for when choosing an agent? But you already said choose me, so I'm just going to skip that question.
It's literally, just you really everything through this entire process.
Well, he works.
So it was easy. It was really easy, and it felt very comfortable, and we felt very comfortable with you, Rachel, and what a team. Seriously, you guys know your roles. We did think you'd kind of walk away and Rachel would be showing the house, and we really wanted you involved as much. And you were like, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of things that we thought would happen, and it was definitely.
Well, there's a point there where we didn't talk for about a week, and that's when I started to get concerned, okay, what's going on? Here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
Sandbox.
He's on vacation.
And then we came with the offer. So
Yeah.
that was a big surprise.
Yeah, we didn't even, exactly. That's a big thing. You didn't waste your time calling us all the time. And we were concerned just one week passed, and bam, it was like working on somebody very strong.
Mm-hmm.
And it was.
Yeah. And you don't want to get overly excited as a real estate agent, because you don't want to, put these thoughts in. If this is not a serious thing, then, you get this excitement, you go up, and there's a quick drop on that roller coaster if there's not something there. So,
Sure.
So I think the most important question that I have to ask you guys is, if knowing everything that you know now, if you could do it all over, would you do anything differently?
No. Oh, well, we would have hired you a lot sooner. We wouldn't have, we had our property up for sale 2 years ago, and that was not a good experience, so we would have hired you a lot sooner.
Tom, anything?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there was anything that you checked off all the boxes. I guess the biggest thing is that you said what you're going to do. You said what you were going to do, and you actually did it and followed through.
Yeah.
The execution was on point. That
And anybody
That's all I
you
have.
sold property to, they were actual, real,
qualified.
buyers.
Right.
It wasn't like people going in and out of my house where they weren't even qualified. It was just people that just wanted to see it.
Sure.
We weren't big on an open house, and we didn't even have an open house.
Mm-mm.
Well, I think if I wanted to do something different, I'd want them to spend 16 hours a day on a property working in instead of 12.
Okay. Tom, Barbara, thank you so much for taking time out of your day and your schedule to come in to have this. This is something important to me to share with our neighbors. We all live in New Smyrna Beach. We still live just blocks away from each other. The sold sign is just the final chapter. The real story is everything that happened before it. So if you're wondering what your home might be worth, or if you're simply curious about a customized marketing strategy that would look like for your property, I'd love to sit down with you and have the conversation. And if you found this interview helpful, please feel free to share it with a friend or neighbor that you might be thinking about selling. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video, which actually might be an interview with you after selling your house.